Welcome to 𝐷𝐢𝐬𝐬𝒗 TV, a division of 𝐷𝐢𝐬𝒗 Media and Broadcasting. "95% of our lives are run and created by our subconscious mind programming. Imagine if your subconscious mind is running many negative, disempowering, and self-sabotaging programs. How will that 95% of your life turn out to be? Would you like help to change your subconscious programming into something that works for you and set it to attract and create everything you desire? Join Tamra Oviatt in her show Metaprogramming and the Human Biocomputer here on 𝐷𝐢𝐬𝒗, where she will connect to the source energy and change your subconscious programming by deleting your negative belief systems. Tamra is the founder of Sacred Activations, a subconscious metaprogramming modality that rewires your brain and shifts hundreds of your belief systems so you can break away from lack, pain, and suffering and take control of what you want to create in your life. Tamra has helped hundreds of thousands of people worldwide, and she is here to help you too. It's not about fighting what you don't want. It's about creating what you do want. And the only way to do that is to change and upgrade your subconscious programming. Let Tamra help you create magic in your world. Tune in every week at Metaprogramming and the Human Biocomputer.
Hello and welcome to another episode of 𝐷𝐢𝐬𝒗. I'm Isakov, and today is going to be a public-private session. First, of course, I will always want to thank Tamra, my teacher, of course, for allowing me to be on the show yet again. If you are not aware, the website is tamraoviatt.com. All the webinars, all the trainings, all the everything, all the sacred activations stuff. And I am one of the teachers. In fact, I just finished the master's sacred activations training on the weekend. They finished their 4 days. That was really exciting. And I do have a medical intuitive training end of January as well. So today is very unique. If you've never been to a public-private session, I'm actually going to be directing the healing and the sacred activations towards Gail in this case. But here's the thing. The activations will and the healing will also work for you. All you have to do is say, I accept, or no, thank you, however you wish to do. But the healing is also for anyone that's watching, whether you're live or the recording. Okay. And so I want to talk about, so Gail's situation is actually very, arthritis is very common. So bones in general, bones, our body's always speaking. Our body is holding on to everything, whether it be our organs, our tissues, our bones, our eyes are kind of like our organs. So bones is kind of like the foundation. It's like the structure of our being for the building. And if our structure begins to fall apart or get weakened or starts to kind of crumble on the inside, basically somehow we've lost touch with the foundation. So I'll be talking a little bit the metaphysical reasons. So there's no per se research about this. This is the spiritual reasons why we get issues in these parts of our body and our being. So why I want to say that is that everything is just giving you, just opening up your eyes. It's not necessarily, maybe that's not what's happening for Gail. So I'm just giving you guys the picture. And I've actually already kind of tuned into Gail even before we came on. I always like to do that before my sessions anyway. So the bones are your first chakras, your foundation. It's more than just a connection to the earth. It's also your connection to life, really. And how do we assemble each part of our life? Ooh, that just my team just told me that one. So, and arthritis is becoming more and more popular because I think there's so much this is going to be sound what they're still, yeah, it's like almost like a disconnect from life, because life can get hard, and it may be not even now, it may be something that happened 20 years ago, or something that happened when you were a child, and it's just showing up now. Like maybe now you're the most you felt connected to your life, but then some part of you is still in that place that needs deeper healing. And then I want to talk about the hips. I actually did an episode on all the body parts and all the organs. I included some organs, and it's called Let's Get Physical if you go to the replays of the own times. But if you know our right side, I guess mirror image would be here. Your right side is your masculine, your left side is your feminine. Your right side is also your yang and your outer world. Sorry, guys, I guess they want to, the whole right side is kind of like the masculine, where issues are coming from the outer world. Whereas the feminine, the left side for you, I'm doing mirror image, is the yin, the internal. I guess maybe they're thinking that the women, we internalize things more, maybe a little bit more emotional at times. So that actually also has a meaning for your ailments, whether it's on the right side or the left side. For example, if it's the right shoulder, it would be the masculine, and it would be the stress and the to-do list from the outer world, like maybe from your work. And then from the left shoulder, for example, if you're having issues, it would be from the to-dos and the responsibilities, almost like you put on yourself, like if you're a perfectionist, if you tend to judge yourself, and the left side is more like the internal stuff. So today, Gail has issues with both hips, and I believe it said like it even hurts to sleep. So with hip stuff, even if you sit a lot, the outer hip region is called the gluteus medius, the muscle. It tends to get a little sore. So movement is actually quite important for all your joints. But arthritis in the hips, so hips is, it's our second chakra. It's our survival. It's our emotions. It's our sensuality. So when it's both hips, I guess I'll find out more when I got both hips. It's like across the board, but also suppression of emotions, like anger and trauma. And anger also lives in your liver. I sense I'm also going to be tending, because I wrote down some notes when I was checking in. I don't know if you know, the liver holds your anger and your resentment and your jealousy, and competition even lives there, resentment. So the hips structurally, not just structurally, that whole area holds when we don't feel safe in the world, also holds the emotions that we suppress. Really, it's like the water element. And if you're an empath, well, if you're an empath, you're probably letting more stuff in through the back of the heart. But whatever I say, it's never really just cut in stone, right? And all the parts work together. I always, like when you take care of your feet, you're actually taking care of all the way up to your neck. Like you're helping this whole structural system of your body, of your physical body. So I think that's always really interesting to say. But no matter what anybody comes to me for a session, I don't necessarily just go, okay, we're going to go straight for the foot if the foot issue. I check in and see what is it that's under layer. What is the underlayer this lifetime, even past lifetimes, but for a first session could be, depends, usually for this lifetime, but that I shouldn't generalize, because it can actually be, it can be both. It can also be straight into the past life and the trauma that you're carrying into this life. Sore feet, sore feet is very, feet in general is how we tread on this world. How are we walking this earth? Are we really engaged? And are we not just physically planting our feet on the earth, but are we engaged in this world and walking the path? When we've had letdowns and heartbreaks and traumas, we tend to we hide. The fears keep us kind of from moving out there and really reaching far and wide. Okay, just got another activation to run for you, Gail. So feet also mean a couple of other things. Feet can also mean that when you have feet issues, that you're walking on the wrong path that's not aligned in your purpose. It's not, that you're walking down, I guess, the wrong path, but that's not aligned for you. That's not aligned with your purpose. The other thing that feet issues could mean is that you're stuck in some part of your life. That could also be the knees as well. But what I sense for 𝐤𝐤, that it is, just one second. So you've disconnected somewhere, some hard time or some trial or some challenge, heartbreak. You've disconnected somewhere where life was maybe even unbearable, getting maybe even grief, and almost like it was hard to even land on the earth. And it's such interesting, because of course my feet are on the earth. It's a different kind of landing. It's a different kind of walking and placement on the earth. Okay, and we're gonna bring 𝐤𝐤 on 1 second. I just want to make sure I got all the things that hand issues. Well, you know that one hand is like for being able to receive, and the other one is being able to give. And somehow, but I sense from the feet, let me go back to that, is a sense of tiredness of life, which, and then the hands is the maybe it's difficult for you to receive, things like that. I feel like I want to bring 𝐤𝐤 on. I don't know. Can we do that, Debs? I'd like to bring 𝐤𝐤 on. Okay, so it's going to be like that. So I need to see where she is. Just 1 second. There you go. I guess. I'm not seeing 𝐤𝐤. I don't know.
Do I need to talk for my picture to pop up?
Oh, I'm not sure. Just it's me. It's me. It's not you. That's my line I've been using. It's me. It's not you. Where are you, 𝐤𝐤? Hold on. Glenn, that's not 𝐤𝐤. Oh, hi, 𝐤𝐤. So great
Hi.
to meet you. I wasn't sure if it was going to be a split screen, so I didn't know you're going to stay small during this part. Why don't you just tell me what's been going on, and then whatever I just said with the metaphysical reasons, why don't you even speak on anything that made sense or maybe even didn't make sense? Go ahead.
No, it all made sense. Yeah, especially the feet. That's and my feet have been bothering me in different ways for probably over 1.5 years. So that's quite interesting. I have made quite a big change in my life recently. So I moved from the North Island in New Zealand to the South Island, to a small rural town in central Otago. So it's a fairly spectacular and beautiful part of New Zealand. And so at the same time as I'm really happy here and really happy with the move, there's also, because I've stopped working, there's also quite a strong sense of, well, what the hell am I going to do with my time? That's some of the things that's going on with me.
Yeah, I'm getting that somehow, even if it's beautiful where you are. I know the screen keeps moving. Is that you've been shaken up, like maybe almost like the floor beneath you was shaken up, is what they're saying, like metaphysically. So of course I see you and you're still, but also unsettled. So perhaps you're still settling into the area. It sounds really beautiful.
It is. It's gorgeous. And it's a very friendly community, so it's good for me.
first, before we even get the commercial and the sacred activations, do you walk?
Not enough.
Yeah,
do.
so I'm getting
Yeah.
that you need to walk like on, they're showing me specifically grass. Like maybe maybe they even mean barefoot, but yeah, it's summer there, right? So
Yeah.
so get your bare feet, but for some reason they're not showing soil. They're showing me like green grass, like get your feet on the grass. And I sense okay, as soon as I asked, they replied to me, because grass or has life. They want you to be, you know, earth. I realize that earth also has life, but it's a different kind of life. So something like fertile life. That's what they want you to get your feet into.
Okay.
And yeah. They're saying, so you know, that you're a remarkable woman. So I don't know what you've done in your life, but you're a remarkable woman is what they're saying. Tell me more about your hips, because I got that they're both hips, correct?
Yeah, so probably they got very painful towards the end of last year, and I was unable to lie on my left side, and then my right side also started getting quite painful. I bought myself a grounding sheet to put on the bed. Interesting that you're talking about grounding, and that improved things a lot. So my right hip doesn't bother me as much. My left hip, though, is still quite painful. I can't lie on it, so I can't sleep on that side.
So the left hip is still painful?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Do you know, in my years of working with people, for some, I'm not really a big fan of generalizations, but for women, mostly it's our left hips that bother us.
Uh-huh.
I don't like to generalize, as I said. And that's the feminine. That's the things that we've internalized or things that we're battling on the inside. And then, of course, the emotions and suppressed anger and frustration, resentment, that kind of stuff also lives in the hips, along with also the liver. But is it like a weighted blanket? Because I don't know the weighted sheet. I only know the weighted blanket stuff. Is it?
Oh, it's a grounded, it's called a grounding sheet. So you lie on top of it and you plug it into your electrical circuit, so it grounds you to the earth.
Wow, I'm gonna look that out. Okay, grounding sheet. Okay. Does it have the infrared heat?
No, I do have an infrared panel, but that's separate.
Oh, get onto that as well if you have it.
Okay.
Yeah, my goodness, those lights are, I mean, for cellular stuff, we're gonna deal with cell stuff anyway, but yeah, all the infrared sleeping bags, or if you can get the whole infrared sauna, but you have the panel?
Yes, I've got it hanging in my bathroom. Yeah.
Okay, well, turn it on. Okay, so we're gonna look at the hips, we're gonna look at the hands. The feet are inflammation, but what I got, I don't know if I mentioned in my talk, is like tiredness. So, but it's more general tiredness. It's tiredness of life. So I'm not sure if that relates or if you want to speak on that, just so I'm not, this is just what I'm getting from my first initial looking.
So there is two things. On the one hand, I'm very happy with my life. On the other hand, I also just feel like, you know, I could go. Is there any point in me sticking around? I've worked, you know, up until I was 70. I'm kind of part of me just feels like, okay, done. Is there any point in me hanging around?
That's actually one of the first things I wrote down, Gail, is tired of life. But it's
Yeah.
almost that, they just gave me goosebumps. It's almost like it's, you know, when we think of tired, we generally think like the sleepy. This is not like the sleepy tired. It's like that internal exhaustion of, well, moving through probably all the stuff that you've moved through in your life. Because what they're telling us is that you've had a rich life. You've always been in New Zealand, Gail?
I lived for 6 years in Australia and 6 years in the States. Other than that, I've always been in New Zealand.
You're a Kiwi?
Yeah.
Wow, you know, that one, whenever I get kind of a little bit emotional, like a little bit of a clump, that's when I've got like hit on the button is that tiredness.
And that shows up physically a lot. There are a lot of days where I don't have the energy that I need just, to get things done.
Yeah. So we also have to get this, what's that, the pep back into your step.
That would be great.
I'm really excited to dive in with you, Gail. Your energy is beautiful. Can you then, anything else I need to know? I've got my notes and things that you said. So anything else that you want me to cover or tend to?
It occurred to me just before we started that I've had quite a long menopause. So it started when I was 50 and it's still going, and I'm 70.
Still going?
Yeah. So yeah, and that will have had an impact on my joints as well, probably.
Absolutely. Well, actually, if you would have hit menopause, it would have started to deteriorate faster, but you're still kind of going through it. So you're okay. Yeah, but for sure, it does have an effect. Menopause in general has an effect. Collagen. What's that activation? It's not collagen telomeres. Okay. Maybe it is. No, it's stem cells and telomeres, but there's another one. Oh, activate your collagen, of course. All right. So menopause, feet, hips, hands. I think hands is a big one as well. Like reaching out for help. I don't know if you live alone or not, but like reach, it doesn't have to be a person, could be even what you're doing here today is wonderful, So just knowing that you're never alone, which then, do you live alone, Gail?
I do. And I have done for, a good length of time, decades. So I am used to doing everything myself, and I do find it hard to ask people for help.
Yeah. That's actually what I wrote down before we came on when I read about the hands. There's a lot of scribbling here. We're gonna put it all together into a painting of healing. Ooh, that just came to me. Okay, yeah, aging. Yeah, there's also there's another. Yeah, Zest for Life is a good one too. Oh, we have Leonard here. He's got all the names of the sacred activations. I think we have a really great picture, Gail, and I want to make sure that we have the full time. So Debs, why don't we take a break now so I can give her the full time in the session.
Om Times TV. Do you want to go deeper into sacred activations, which is a subconscious metaprogramming process? Tamra Oviatt is inviting you to visit her website at tamraoviatt.com to sign up and get lifetime access to 3 free activations that you can listen to anytime you want or as often as you need. If you like what Tamra does and like to incorporate sacred activations into your life, she also offers live webinars, masterclasses, and practitioners training to further support your healing, manifestations, and expansion. There are hundreds of activations on her website that address different aspects of your life: money, health, relationships, intuitive abilities, and more. Head over to her website at tamraoviatt.com and experience the magic of sacred activations. Thank you for listening. Imagine becoming a super influencer. Reinvent yourself, invest in your brand, and then manifest your success with a robust spheric approach. Om Times Media and Broadcasting offers a unique and multifaceted way to become the spiritual and conscious influencer you deserve to be by putting your message across our powerful platform with its proven record of integrity and excellence. Through our produced shows, Om Times offers the opportunity to become a social media TV personality, a radio show host, an Om Times magazine columnist, and a syndicated podcaster, all in one shot. By live streaming your show on 𝐷𝐢𝐻 TV and broadcasting it across the extensive 𝐷𝐢𝐻 radio and TV networks, you become more than a host. You become an ambassador and a force for positive change. 𝐷𝐢𝐻, open yourself to the possibilities.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
All right, so we are back with Gail. So Gail, if you want to close your eyes if it feels right, or look somewhere steady as you like, and just take a few expansive breaths. And let every exhale bring you further into your body. And they're saying like to the bottom of your belly, it's called like the lower dantian, but your, well, anyway, into the lower belly. There we go. Then imagine you have roots coming out of your feet. And on the next exhale, I want you to take those roots and yourself and go down, down, down through all the layers of Mother Earth until you get to the heart of Mother Earth. Don't worry if you can't see it, just the intention is plenty. And it's from that place of really being held by Mother Earth and her loving, comforting energy. I want you to fully accept, to receive, and know that you are worthy. You just had a shift in your energy. All right. So we're going to run an activation. It's called Moses Code. It's one of the foundation activations. It's a cellular, sacred geometry, energizes your mind and body, cognition. And they're saying you're very bright. So this is just kind of light up there's little violet sparkles. So writing Moses Code for you. Basically, they're saying that you've lost your luster, the word. That's the word they're using. So we're going to bring the luster back. Somewhere along the way, not sure what year or how many years ago, it's almost like you start to lose the luster. So it's time we bring your luster back. Start writing Cell Snap, Sacred Activation. And the liver's been coming up. So I want to run Cell Snap through your whole being, but the liver has been calling us. The liver holds your anger, your frustration, your angst. Okay, so I'm going to do something else. Okay. So I'm going to be holding your liver as well. So it seems. So we're running Cell Snap all the way through you. I'm going to pause before I let it run through your liver. First, I want to release any trauma and it's not just about the anger, it's about the despair and disappointment of life. So we're releasing that from your liver. Some way it's not just about, it's also some kind of a despair, something happened or things maybe happened all at once. So I'm holding your liver now. Sometimes people feel heat when I do that. So I'm just letting you know that I'm holding it. Wow, this is getting deep, huh? So there's a part of you that is angry that you've started to give up like it's almost like, it's not like Jekyll and Hyde. Like it's almost like an anger at yourself for giving up in parts of your life or doing what you used to do. So we're going to clear that. This is going to sound really comical. They're using the word bombshell. So, you know, like feeling beautiful and feeling vibrant, and they want to bring that back for you, but they're using the word bombshell. Nobody really uses that word anymore. So I'm going to run the Merkaba through your liver. Divine gold light. So just breathe. And now I'm going to let the cell snap go into your liver as well. And those of you that are watching, this could be working for you as well, to set your own intentions, maybe which organ you want it to go to. Running organ rejuvenation into your liver. Blood flow into your liver. Blood represents the flow of life, so feeling like not stagnant, but flowing. But right now I'm just doing it for your liver. And I keep wanting me to run the not too old, not too young sacred activation into your liver. Because there's some subconscious resentment towards yourself for somewhere where you've given up or you thought you were too old. Beautiful. It looks a lot more brighter. A lot more bright. Any final sacred activations or sacred energies into Grace Gail's liver. Right. Tell me to run happy before I leave it. Run happy, happy, joy, joy into your liver. Yeah, that's Tamra's favorite sacred activation. Take a few expansive breaths. Reconnecting your being, Gail, and also, once again, just really give yourself full permission to receive, know that you are worthy. Inflammation elimination. And they're telling me to let it go everywhere, not just for the feet, not just for the hands, and everywhere where it needs to go. Hormones in balance. Adrenal exhaustion release. Wow, it's like, so the adrenals kind of sit on your kidneys and almost like they've been over full, or like, so it's like this bag, not like a balloon, but something popped and releasing. Beautiful. This is the body trauma release. And they want me to reiterate that it's trauma from the outside world, but also trauma of when you start to get tired and give up on life. Wow. So both external and internal. And I do need to get to your kidneys and lungs. Oh, it's a lot. While we're doing the body trauma, let's do the joint health sacred activation. And I want to, wherever it needs to go. Unstiffen. Almost like the Show Me Tin Man. You know, Tin Man, the Wizard of Oz. So they're showing me, I don't know, I can't remember that. Anyway, that's what they're doing for you. Oh, but they're also showing me Timon not just because of the joints. Wow, so it's like because of the joints, but also maybe stiff in other parts of your life. Wow. They also told me to run activation that I guess is just being downloaded for me. It's called Crying for Help. So I'm going to start running that, Crying for Help, Sacred Activation. While that's running, I'm going to hold your lungs because they've been telling me that for So we're actually clearing despair and depression from here and trauma. There was actually also so lungs carry our grief and our deep sadness, but there was a heartbreak. They're not giving me specifics, so we're clearing that. And yes, sometimes it also lives here. I realize heartbreak is for the heart, but I'm clearing it from here. So this is, I'm just going to repeat, is trauma of being unseen is what I'm hearing. So, I just ran that activation on the weekend where you're speaking, but not everybody's seeing the way you're presenting. I'll do that in a second. Now I'll run the Merkaba through your lungs. And divine golden light. There's a lot of heartbreak pouring out of here. So I guess it's sadness, but it's almost like a waterfall that's gushing from the bottom. And it's, so I guess I'll run breathe peace. Breathe peace is grief and sadness. Broken heart. Broken-hearted. peace, inner peace. The waterfall, the sadness and the grief it's almost getting thinner. It's leaving your lungs. Ready, final sacred activation. Sacred energy seem to brace the gale's lungs and turns to open to your circle. Aging gracefully, sacred activation. So there's still quite a bit of sadness leaving you. Just really manage how you go through your day or your next day. Total body reset, sacred activation. So this is these are the activations I got told to run even before we came on. So I'm going to do that. First, I'm going to run yesterday's news. And they're adding in like, it's like bygones be bygones, like start fresh. Like what part of your past are you still clinging on to? Let bygones be bygones. And then deepest dark secret. So for this one, you can think about something that maybe you've always, it's causing you shame, a secret that you've kept that is very much, it's something, it often eats us up alive, like eats us up from the inside. So if you cannot think of something that a regret or a mistake that you made that you've held on, then it's okay. It's just going to clear what needs to be cleared. But if you want to put into your mind some secret that you've held on to, this is the time to put into your mind, and it's going to be cleared. Deepest dark secret, sacred activation. So I'm getting your mother or feminine or a female person, but when I asked, I said mother. So maybe it's something relationship there. I'm not sure, but they with their whatever you have in your mind, and I guess they're doing something. They're also telling me to run the divine masculine, divine feminine integration, sacred activation. Yeah. They're almost like they're shifting. I guess it's called eyes wide open, but like they're doing something with the lens and on the energetic level of your eyes, like seeing things from a different lens, from a broader lens. But there is an activation. It's called eyes wide open, eyes wide open, eyes wide open, sacred activation. They want you to celebrate, like make excuses to celebrate the little things, like buy yourself flowers. It doesn't mean we see celebrations like the things, birthdays, but there's so much more to celebrate, just being alive, just for it being a new day. Mother Earth sacred activation. But I feel like it's not deep enough for what they want me to do. But running Mother Earth. I don't know the name of it, so it's going to be running it. And what it is to actually be in, like have your feet like soaked in. So I'm just going to be running an activation for that. And they're saying, good one. Okay, so you don't always have to know the name. As above, so below. And so just knowing that you're supported from both below and above. Heaven on earth. The one that's coming up throughout the whole thing, even though I've already ran it, is that you're not too old. So they really want you to, they're really working hard, almost like in clearing that belief system, not just from your mind, but also from your body. That you're too old, that like, what's the point? That you're still very much needed. And that you have a lot more to give. And let's plug in zest for life here. And as I run that, they seem to run ultimate release of anger, resentment, guilt, and grief. You're already taking up more space, like on the energetic level, you're already taking up more space. This is wonderful. Like just beginning, that's what they want me to run for you. Just beginning and then playing it small. So we're gonna, one's a deactivation and one is, so let's start playing it small. Oh, they changed it. Not just beginning, I'm just getting started. Yeah, so just getting started. So like really reinventing that spark. So it's like a reboot. Arms wide open. Kundalini rising. All right. Phoenix rising. Ease and grace. And all these activations and energies releasing grace to your highest good. So take a few expansive breaths. And on the next exhale, bring yourself back down to the heart of Mother Earth. And feel her envelop you with loving, integrating, and grounding energies. I'm worthy sacred activation. And I'm safe. Next inhale, make your way to your heart center and take a few breaths in your heart center. And if you want, you can put your hand on your heart if it feels right. And in your mind, repeat after me. I am fully back into my body, fully grounded and safe to receive. I'm fully back into my body, fully grounded and feeling safe to receive. I'm fully back into my body, fully grounded and feeling safe to receive. Go ahead and wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. When you are ready, you may open up your eyes. I even look a little different. How are you doing?
Great. I feel a lot. It feels like there's mineral water running through my body, you know, the little bubbles. It's rather delicious. And I had a lot of, like my body jolts when energy goes through it, and there is a lot of jolting. And my lungs feel more open. Yeah, because that grief has been a persistent thing off and on for a long time. Yeah.
And did the mother, was grief for your mother or something, or?
Not good things happened with my mother. There was also, I gave up my child for adoption when I was quite young, and that's been, you know, a big thing. Yeah. So she is in my life now, and a grandmother. That's, you know, completely fabulous. But there's always still that persistent, the loss is still always there. Yeah, but I feel really fabulous right now.
So, you know, I don't know, what time is it there? Like it's daytime?
It's the morning, so it's 6 in the morning.
Wonderful, because I want to, like, really, they want you to go outside, but if it was like nighttime, like, don't go outside if it's nighttime. But like what they want is like the arms spread out wide, but not just in a contained box of a house or a room, but spread out wide, you know, in the vastness of, oh my goodness. Oh, aren't you precious? Yeah, in the vastness of the nature and the world around you. So could you do that today?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. What an honor, girl. I was yeah, it's my first public private session, and it was just a complete honor. And thank you for showing up so fully and so receptively, because honestly, I can't really run, I need to, the person needs to be receptive and open, otherwise it's going to be like, you know. So thank you so much for coming out to Times and for receiving in this way. And I think it was much needed for you. And for anybody else that's watching the recording or here, it was all working for you as well, of course. Just like set that intention. All right.
Thank you, Ella. That was a total blessing. I really appreciate it deeply.
You're very, very welcome. Much love. And thank you everybody for joining in. Bye for now.